Good morning. This morning I received a call from FBI Director Louis Freeh. He has told me that the Bureau at this point is concentrating on the trafficking of carrot at the entryway where it's been coming in from China since July. That entryway, New York City. They're going to be looking at dealers in street corners and vendors and the like, and arresting these people that are dealing this stuff to students and people who think it can add to their productivity. This goes on my position to be tough on drugs. Also today, probably as we speak, there is a conference in Riyadh, which I hope to receive news that the conference went well and there can be no further problems. Next week, the United States, through Madeleine Albright, will be participating in negotiations in New York. And also, Prime Minister Netanyahu and Yasser Arafat have been invited for a sit down at the White House, rather unceremoniously, if you know what I mean. I'm open for 9 questions. Yes.
Irene Redding, Human Society page. My question to you, Mr. President, is this. One of your government employees is on trial for bribery. And yet it was revealed yesterday that there are questions whether there's even elements of the bribery with the testimony of Irene Quinn. Do you have a comment about that?
I do not wish to comment about that.
Fine. Well, regarding Whitewater, Frank Crabtree said this morning on CBNC that he knew you from Oxford, and he was asked to be a part of this investment by Jim McDougall. Do you have anything to say about that?
If he was asked to do it, it was done by Jim McDougall, not me. Maybe it was Jim McDougall and Hillary. I bear no responsibility for this. It is funny how Susan McDougall, even though she's been convicted, will, like her husband, try to evade responsibility. They will try to evade responsibility and say that it's all my fault. It was a bad investment. They were the ones that created it. They knew what they were getting into.
But couldn't I say that you knew what you were getting into?
Yes, I knew what I was getting into. But I don't think I had nearly as much knowledge as Jim and Susan McDougall. Yes, finally someone different. Walt Fitzwilliams for the Fort Worth Times. My question to you, Mr. President, is this. Regarding the Middle East peace process, do you suspect that there'll be any roadblocks this year? My hope is between now and the election, the answer is no. Because I, for one, am getting tired of having to pick up the tab from the demands of all the parties when they're not willing to sit down and discuss a fair settlement. I spoke to Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. I made myself clear on that one. I also spoke to Yasser Arafat, making myself very clear that the United States will help in negotiating it, but we shouldn't have to do all the footwork. Yes.
Irene reads from the Providence Catholic Journal. My question to you, Mr. President, is this. Regarding welfare reform, how are you going to help single mothers connect with their children? Yes, they need the work, but the children need them.
I think you misunderstand the purpose of welfare reform. It's to help them provide for their children. Yes, of course, we want to help with parent involvement in schools. That's a thing. Along with child care. So many misunderstandings about health care and a thing about welfare reform. Needless to say, I pass it with a little bipartisan support, and I think that the American people has wanted this for so long, and we have ignored it until now. Yes. I cut it from the Blake Carter Show. My question to you, Mr. President, is this. There is a piece of legislation that is trapped in the Senate committee on supportability for small business. Suppose it was to get out of committee after the election. Would you vote for it? Not the way it's currently packaged, no. I mean, and even some valuable senators like Cordell Wheeler and Bob Dole says that it don't have the necessary bipartisan support. And if it don't have the necessary bipartisan support, how can you expect me to agree to sign the bill? No. I will veto it. Maybe the best thing for it is for it to die in committee. Yes.
Mr. President, the father of Hamley, Gordon, has come forward saying that he was told that you had an affair with her, you hired her, you kept her in, and that he believes that you were intimately involved with her. Do you have anything to comment about that?
I'm going to reiterate this again. She was an employee for only the first floor of the government mansion. Hillary and I never involved her in the second floor. Did she know some of my Whitewater partners? Yeah, but that doesn't give you a pass to the second floor. You ever doubt that? Ask Mrs. Clinton.
But yet she was claiming that she was having problems with her husband. And you said that you could solve that.
I said that I would increase her hours, but I never said nothing about no affair.
So you still deny that you had an affair with her?
I'm going to say this one more time. I did not, have not, never, ever had an affair with this woman. I never asked anybody to lie on my behalf. These accusations are false. And I want to get back to work for the American people. Thank you.